Okay, so as we heard before from the colleague, we are supposed to have this event in English, as you already know from this year, from this the academic year of 2023, we only start the Regional and Environmental Economics Master Program in English language. So regardless of your nationality, everyone here, as I could see, everyone here is Hungarian, but regardless of this fact, we are going to have this event in English. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Zsófia Nemes. I am an assistant lecturer of Corvinus University, the Institute of Sustainable Development, and I have been teaching in this master program in both the Hungarian and the English master program since 2018, and since 2019 I have been doing the coordination tasks of this master program as well. And my colleague Professor Márton Péti, who is, I assume, also with us today on this Teams channel, Professor Márton Péti is the program instructor. And welcome to the online info event of this Regional and Environmental Economics Master, which you may have heard of, especially if you are currently bachelor student of Corvinus University. But even if not, you may have seen some flyers, you may have seen the website, and today I would like to collect a few pieces of information based on which you have a better insight to what we offer here, what are our principles, what are the main values we would like to represent and show you and teach you. And our time frame is a little bit limited, but this presentation is not going to be too long, I promise. And after this presentation, of course, the floor will be yours, so feel free to ask any questions. And let me say right now at the beginning in advance that in case you don't find today's occasion satisfying enough or detailed enough, you are anytime free to contact either me or Professor Péti or both of us, and you are going to find our contacts, our email addresses in this presentation at the end on the very last slide. So about the Regional and Environmental Economics Master Program. First of all, as a main sentence, I would say, I would highlight that we always identify ourselves as a master program which is offering economics from an interesting, an alternative, unusual, or a critical perspective. We focus on as it is already indicated in the title or in the name of the program, both two main pillars. One of them is the regional and regional economics, and the other one is the environmental issues. So what we focus on is also a multi or at least two-dimensional approach. One of them is the environment, about the environmental resources, sustainability challenges, and the economics of climate change. And at the same time, we are trying to focus equally on the territorial approach, including urban and spatial planning, urbanization, etc., etc. The second, I would say, most important general information about our program is regarding the employment opportunities, which is always the number one topic from a student or from an applicant's perspective. What we can offer, what you can get with this degree, what will this degree make out of you on the job market. And I would say we offer very diverse employment opportunities. So students who have this degree of regional and environmental economics can easily find jobs either in the corporate sector or in the public sector, including municipalities, governmental institutions, ministries, and of course abroad as well, international organizations. There are hundreds of examples, but one of them to mention here is, for example, the United Nations, or another one could be the World Bank, where we have some former students, some graduates. So from urban development to environmental consulting, the corporate sector, and to geopolitical analysis, there are endless opportunities you can get with this degree, with this education. Also, the third thing for our master program is that we always focus on a practice-oriented and innovative education. I will talk about it. Yes.
Sorry, Jofi, really sorry to interrupt, but I'm afraid that your presentation does not move.
I am on the second slide now, so it was not working.
Yeah, we can see only the first one.
Okay, then let me stop the sharing and start again. I'm sorry. I don't know. Okay, let me start it again. I don't know what happened actually, but what about now?
Oh yes, it's perfect. I think.
Is it working
Yeah.
now? Okay,
so it is.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Okay, so about these job opportunities I have already mentioned, and what we mean by practice-oriented and innovative education, I will talk about these two things a little bit later. And the quality, which is also one of the most important indicators of the success or the international reputation of a program. I think in this field we are performing quite well because our program is accredited by the Association of European Schools of Planning, which is a great honor as there is no other university in Hungary which shares this title. Our program is also ranked very high, I would say, number 39 in the world by the Eduniversal ranking list for a program among programs related to sustainability and environmental management. So both facts or these rankings and these accreditation issues make us very proud, and I think ensure our students, our future applicants or future students about the quality of the master. Applicants with various BA, BSc background can be accepted. I have another slide about this topic. So here it was just a brief introduction. And now I'm trying to move the slide and I hope it will work. I think it's supposed to move now. So on the next slide, you can see what we mean by economics from an interesting perspective. There are some illustrations here. What are the major issues we would like to teach you, we would like to discuss with you, we would like to have debates about sustainability and especially the climate change, but not exclusively. So sustainability is a way more complex and way more interesting term or phenomenon or question or challenge than solely climate change, discussions about climate change. It is just one part of it. The territorial approach about regional disparities, inequalities within Hungary, within the European Union, and in the world, so from different perspectives. And in general, as I already said, what we offer is a program, a master program, which belongs to the field, the discipline of economics. But what we give you, what we teach you is an alternative and a critical approach of it. So not the traditional one. And probably this is one of the most important factors or attributes why our students enjoy studying here in this REE program. The next slide, I hope again it's working. The next slide is about the subjects, the major areas and the methodologies we have in our curriculum. This list is not a complete, not an exhaustive list, but just a brief introduction to what kind of subjects, what kind of modules, so to say, we offer here. And these are actually not exact subject or course titles or names, but they are supposed to show what are the most important fields you can deal with, you can study either as a mandatory course or an elective course during these 2 years of your master studies. So we have, without reading out the full list, we have territorial analysis, evaluation and planning. We have courses related to regional development, urban and city planning, geography, geopolitics and geoeconomics, corporate social responsibility, climate policies, and the GIS, which is the Geographic Information Technology, and very much practice-oriented field, as some of you may have heard about this before. So this is just a short introduction to these major topics and areas. And once again, as I promised at the beginning, I would come back to this job opportunities question and topic, as this is one of the most relevant questions from a student's perspective, especially for a master's student. So a Corvinus degree in economics, but even more, what you can get if you manage to graduate from REE at Corvinus University. As I mentioned, both the public and the business sector accept our students for internship during their master studies. It's a very typical case that they find an intern position in either one, and also obviously as a full-time employee. So in the public sector, what does it mean? Municipalities, the already mentioned ministries, governmental institutions, or even the NGO sector. And in the business sector, multinational companies and consulting companies. And what are the fields? What are the possible job opportunities or areas you can apply for? For example, this development policy planning and program management, which is a very important field in Hungary, urban development and city planning, energy and waste management, CSR, the corporate social responsibility, spatial analysis, geopolitical and geoeconomic analysis, etc., etc. About this practice-oriented education, which is a key word or a headline when we introduce our program, we always emphasize this pillar that we really we do try to offer as much practice as possible within the frames of a university program within our curriculum. And how we can do it. Our professors are, without a doubt, distinguished practitioners and experienced academics. You will hear from international guest lecturers as well as business leaders, both in Hungary and abroad, not just Europe, actually the United States and other continents as well, about how development policy planning works, how sustainability can be achieved in the corporate sector, how innovative economic decisions can support the society in a fight against climate change, etc., etc. One of the most famous guest lecturers of our institute and of our program was, if I'm not mistaken, 4 years ago, maybe it was three or 4 years ago, it was Professor George Friedman, the worldwide famous geopolitical analyst from the United States, who had some courses, lectures to our REE students and also in the doctoral school. What else we offer as a practice-oriented master program? Field exercises and internships also abroad. Innovative teaching methodologies, including the well-known Harvard method and the mentor teamwork. The mentoring program is in general a very important part of our master, and we always put a lot of emphasis on involving our students in research and project work. And there is one thing we are very, very proud of, that now I would say it's already a tradition that we publish books, volumes together with our students. So our professors and their mentored students together write scientific articles, papers, and we were able to publish a collection of these selected papers before. So this is also becoming a tradition that students and professors work together on such kind of tasks and such kind of projects. And the quality which makes us proud I already mentioned about this accreditation and the EdUniversal ranking as two very important international feedbacks for us, and about the admission requirements as a technical or administrative detail. For admission to the regional and environmental economics program, you typically hold an economics or agricultural or business related degree. But this typically word means that not exclusively. So if you are interested in what we offer, or if you are determined to learn about sustainability or planning more detailed, but you happen to have a degree in philosophy or literature or history, do not hesitate to apply, because during these long years history of the regional and environmental economics, we have seen students with the most diverse academic backgrounds, and none of them failed to fulfill the requirements. So I would like to encourage you to apply, actually regardless of your background. But of course, typically we have students with and here just some photo illustration about the atmosphere of the RE program. There is a very nice and very close community network we have built during these years, and we also have a well-functioning and very much living organization of our alumni. And every year we organize alumni meetings, for example, which is great for networking. And these already mentioned field trips also contribute to great international networks and international friendships, as there are Hungarian nationals, Hungarian students studying REE in English, and thanks to the Stipendium Hungaricum and other types of international scholarships, also the number of self-financed international students is increasing. So thanks to this diversity, we have a very nice international community with diverse and very interesting, colorful international community, and it gives undoubtedly gives a lot of extra advantage and extra strength to our program. And for further information, we kindly ask you to either visit the international application website or the Facebook platform of our institute. And of course, you will find a lot of useful information on the general website of the university. And as I mentioned at the very beginning, we are both happy to answer any questions or any kind of inquiries. Both Professor Peti as program instructor and me, Zsófia Nemes, as program coordinator, will be open to answer your emails and questions. So that's all about the presentation, and thank you very much for your attention. In case you have any questions or comments, please feel free to unmute your microphones and ask me, because that's why we are here, and we have a few more minutes around. Yeah, we started a little bit later, so around 5-6 minutes, I would say. Thank you for your attention.